In case you didn't want to watch my thoughts about the summer season, well, not summer, spring. God, I need to get my season straight. Winter, spring, summer, fall. That's just how it goes in TV scheduling. So I don't know why I'm confusing them. Probably because, in layman's terms, spring, summer, fall, winter is the proper order. Don't forget, the E is silent. I bet nobody will get that reference. Anyways, I don't know if I did the review, well, not really review, but oversight of Nichijou well enough. I mean, the characters are definitely memorable. I remember everything about them. They have some interesting characters. I just don't think the show is very well written, and I don't think they did a very good job with the whole thing like that. I mean, I'm not hating on the show. I just don't like it, okay? That's kind of the point I'm trying to get across here. I tend to not hate things unless they are just bad, terrible, and otherwise, and just have no redeeming qualities, which I can say about a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to. So now we are going to be talking about summer. Summer was kind of bland, and yeah, a lot of stuff that was airing in summer didn't really appeal to me. I was going to watch like one show, two shows, or whatever, and that was going to be it. But I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Baka to test to Shokanju ni, or Baka and Test, second season. I tried watching the first season of this show. It's not bad. I probably should finish it up before Funimation decides you have to buy the Blu-rays and DVD combo pack, because God knows doing those separately would like cost us money or something. But I mean, I couldn't get into it that well. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's kind of slow going, but I suppose it's not a bad show at all. But I just never watched the second season, because why am I going to watch the second season when I didn't even finish the first? I just want to get that out of the way first. Now I'm going to talk about the shows that, honestly, I want to go and punch the people that made them. I'm so nice, aren't I? Bloodsea. My God. If there's ever been a more terrible plot point getting across thing. Yes. This show's writing is about as good as my speech right there. This show is like trying to get something across, but then it forgets that it has a plot and forgets it needs to explain stuff to its audience. Now, I understand that there was a quote-unquote series before this, and this was supposed to be quote-unquote a spin-off, but it says explicitly in everything related to Bloodsea that it has nothing to do with that stuff, and that it should be watchable from a person who has never watched it before. I enjoyed it to an extent, but I just kept questioning stuff and it never got explained. And when a show doesn't explain stuff that's very important, it's kind of hard to recommend it and or watch the rest of it. I heard that it gets better as it goes on, but honestly, I don't know. If it takes a show 12 episodes and it takes them 8 episodes to finally start getting things across, it's probably not a very well written show. Yes, I know I'm not the master of writing or anything, but I can tell when a show is not doing that well trying to get its points across, in which that was definitely a show that did that. Now, let's see, were there any other shows that I majorly disliked? And by that I mean, well, this season doesn't really have anything I didn't really like that I watched anyway, but I don't know. Next will be, God, I gotta go on Crunchyroll for the name of this one, because, honestly, I got so confused by the Japanese name. A Dark Rabbit has 7 lives. Okay, the S cuts off, despite the fact that I give up. Okay, basically that show. Again, cliche shonen stuff, but again, it was like, hey, we have an interesting plot point here, don't you want to see more of it? We're trying to hook our viewers in. Oh, look, here's some random panty shots and fan service. But hey, we gotta appeal to everybody, apparently. But, the show is not bad, it's just I can't find the motivation to watch more of it, because I feel kind of dirty watching it. That's essentially how I feel while watching that other show that I was talking about from spring. But whatever. That show is interesting to say the least. I don't know. It's one of those dumb plots where the main girl is all, "I've been waiting for you, my love, and I love you forever, and I've been waiting for you. Why haven't you come for me?" And all that other crap. But, things to note in the show, there's a girl named Haruno, I think, and I was like, wow, that's one syllable off from being that one character who doesn't suck and is just a zombie. Well, I'm not saying she sucks, but, I'm just trying to get a point across the fact that stuff. No, I'm not actually getting a point across here. But apparently this is just the whole fan service crap, though. Yeah, I have to agree with this person's write-up about it. But it does have an interesting story and everything, so I don't know. I'll probably eventually get around to it before my whole anime phase dies out. Next up would be apparently Kami-sama no Mimocho, which I don't think Crunchyroll simulcasted, and I don't think that Funimation simulcasted. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm being terrible at this, and this is probably going to be a lot longer than it should be. Doesn't look like it did. So, that show, I tried watching it. It's really long for the first episode anyway. I don't know if it's just the first episode or not, but I couldn't get past the first few minutes, so I should probably try watching that eventually. I don't know. I have no comments on it. I just know that I was going to watch it because I was kind of interested in it somewhat. I don't know why, but I was. Next up is Kami-sama Dolls, which Shark Tamer didn't much care for that much, but I kind of liked it because, I don't know, it has a Portal vibe to it of all things. It feels like Valve had something to do with it, but I know that's not the case. I know it also goes on a whole bunch of cliche things, but I don't know. I just want to watch more of it, and I never really got around to it because I've always been terrible watching shows. Like in spring, I finished watching Madoka like in May, and it's finished airing in April. And I know that doesn't sound like it's too big of a contrast, but I was watching like episode 4 in March. Again, that probably doesn't sound too bad, but I watched episode 6 and stuff in later months. All I know is that I take my time watching stuff I really like, and I try to get the stuff that I don't like that much out of the way, like I did with Dragon Crisis and Yume Kui Mary. Why did I go to the Japanese name? God. Okay, well, next up would be... Is that everything? Really? That's it? Wow, I thought I watched more. Bunny Drop, the best show from this season by far, bar none. Bunny Drop. I love it. I don't know what it is about the show, but it is great. No animation backwards is how you say the people that made it. I don't know, I can't pronounce it. Noitamina? Possibly? I don't know. It's animation backwards. I just like it. It's good. It's great. I don't know. I can't really explain it. I mean, it's a series that revolves around a girl whose father dies, and she has to be taken in by the son of the person who is the father, who is really old, and it just basically revolves around the life of a guy who takes in a child and goes through the difficulties of raising a child, which isn't really done very much in anime, but I think it really does a good job of doing this, and it also realistically portrays the age of the children who are in the show, unlike some shows which make them out to all be desirable objects of sexual satisfaction, which a lot of shows do, and I know that Japan does this a lot, but I don't exactly know why, and I know that it's not exactly how everybody there is, because that would be stereotyping, and that is wrong, especially when it is not a true stereotype, because honestly, how much of a heart do you have to not have in order to be that way? Honestly, I don't want to go on a whole rant here about pedophilia, so I'm not going to. Basically, the rest of the season, I didn't watch other shows which I have been recommended to watch, like Hanasaku Iroha, something like that. I don't know, that was probably from spring, but I forgot to mention it when I was glazing over everything. There were probably some other stuff that I was going to look into, but I never got around to it. I don't know. I might eventually watch through the rest of them. You see, the reason I started watching stuff like this is because originally Shark Tamer and I were going to be watching every single first episode and at least second episode of the shows that were airing that season, and then reviewing them based on our first impressions, but that kind of fell through because Shark Tamer got a 9 to 5 and I got sidetracked by school and stuff. But I did review one show that was the Stupid Onizens and show crap poop. Well, that's it for this video, I guess.